Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough of Coromon. In this episode, I'm going to do an instructional how-to where I'm going to show you how you can get Bittybolt, the electric tiger Coromon. Now, this particular Coromon, I think, is becoming a fan favorite very, very quickly. And I know that when I first started the game and I took a look at the list of all the available Coromon, which you can see in an infographic that I have in the description box, a link to it anyway, an image that shows them all, I was browsing that and I was like, oh, Bittybolt is dope. I need to get my hands on one. So I started to look online and I was going through the Coromon fandom, and it's incomplete because it's a new game. There's people still discovering information about Coromon locations, etc., and they didn't have any details on where you can find Bittybolt. So I was browsing and I finally found someone online who made a Reddit post and was like, hey, Bittybolt you can find in Woodlow Forest, which is where we are here. So if you follow my path here, I'm going to show you where I caught Bittybolt. And the reason why that is significant is because it's not clear to me whether or not any Coromon can be found in any patch of grass in Woodlow Forest. It might be, and in fact, it's probably the case. But here's the weird thing. I spent hours looking around in all these different patches of grass trying to find Bittybolt because all I knew was that it was in Woodlow Forest. However, I went and I finally found something online where someone had said, hey, this specific patch of grass is where I found my Bittybolt. And someone replied, I've been looking for hours trying to find Bittybolt. I just checked that patch of grass and it was my second Coromon encounter. So I was like, okay, I'm going to check that patch of grass because I haven't checked that one yet. And I went right up here and I went right to this patch of grass. Sure enough, my third encounter was Bittybolt. And I was like, that's so weird. So I don't know for sure whether or not Bittybolt appears only in specific patches of grass. I can't say for certain. I'm not sure if that's how the game is designed, but I can say that it worked for me. So spend some time in here, browse about, and see if you find a Bittybolt. Again, you might be able to find one somewhere in another patch of grass, but I'm going to keep this all recorded in real time. I'm not going to edit it out. I'm going to show you how many times it'll take us to browse this patch of grass to find a Bittybolt. So we've already taken a look at a few, but eventually you'll find one. Ooh, well, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and catch this thing as well. Not bad, we'll have that. It's a potent one, that's very nice. You'll notice that I actually have a perfect Embavall. That was a reward that I had gotten from being an early backer. Let's go ahead and throw, let's see, throw this. He's too strong to do some damage. I'm trying to get my team to be all potent and perfect. So my next goal, after I show you guys where to get Bittybolt, is to see if I can obtain a potent or perfect Bittybolt myself. Yeah, we're going to replace the squad member. That's pretty sweet. Help you out. Awesome. Perfect. So we got that one as well. Fantastic. Alright, let's get back to our hunting. Now, something else that I realized is when I was first starting out the game and I set up my difficulty settings, I'd accidentally turned on there he is. See, perfect. Exactly. Bittybolt. I turned on don't catch duplicates, which is a big problem because if you're trying to catch potent and perfect versions, then you'll struggle with that. Maybe not perfect, but potent for sure, because I've been running into a whole bunch of potent ones and I wasn't able to catch them because it's like, oh, you already have a Coromon in this family tree and you can't catch it. A second one, even if it's potent. I think there might be an exception to perfect, but I'm not sure. Still learning about this game. But anyway, so yeah, so it took us, what, like 4 or 5 encounters? I wasn't keeping track, but it was pretty early on. We're like 4 minutes into this video, and boom, there you go. So we're going to go ahead and just catch this real quick. I do already have one, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it anyway. Now, I said before, and I stand by this, I do not know whether or not Bittybolt is available in any patch of grass. I really don't know. I can't say. But this particular patch of grass is the only spot that I was able to find it after hours of grinding around. You know what? Since I already have one, I'm just going to beat him in the fight real fast. So it's weird. I'm still, like I said, learning a lot about Coromon, and I do not know whether or not that is how a game is intended to work. Specific patches of grass, that's never been the case in a Pokemon title. So anyway, so I have a Bittybolt here, level 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay. So HP 22, stamina points 24, and then you can take a look and see what the stats are: speed, attack, defense, special attack. Now this is a standard one. This is not a potent or a perfect one. You'll know that it's a potent or a perfect if it's a different color. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, as you can see, I caught it in Woodlow Forest. Okay, it knows Chomp and Cute Pose. not holding anything, zealous, so, you know, whatever. Skills used by Coromon deal 20% more damage, but cost 2 more SP. There's a lot that I'm still learning about Coromon, such as locations, whether or not they're available in grass, specific grass patches, I should say, how the whole potent and perfect system works, etc. It's kind of tricky learning all this once you're kind of coming over from like a Pokemon world. Like, I mean, I spent years playing Pokemon, right? So this is a bit tricky for us to jump over into something new like that, but nonetheless, standard electric, Bittybolt, database number 25. Now, here's the funny thing about this. So, I think there's a lot of correlation between Bittybolt and Pikachu. Bittybolt is a super mega fan favorite of Coromon already, even though there's a lot of really great Coromon. Again, take a look at the infographic that I have down below that shows you all the images for all the Coromon and their evolutions, respectively. Bittybolt is number 25 in the database. Pikachu is number 25 in the database. Both electric, both cute, sort of flagship monsters representing the game. And they both evolve only once. Obviously, Pikachu's evolves in Raichu via a Thunderstone, but Raichu has multiple forms, but still, it only evolves one time. Bittybolt evolves into Toravolt, which again, you can see a picture of it down in the infographic below. Take a look at that. And I think also, too, there's one other thing about this that caught my attention. When I was initially browsing the database for all these different Coromon, I was taking a look at which ones I wanted my team to look like. I found something that I found something that kind of reminded me of a unreleased Pokemon. I follow Dr. Lava on Twitter. He's really, really great. He has a lot of great interviews that he translates or has translated. He's got a lot of information on leaked Pokemon. In specific, actually, his Twitter account is Dr. Lava's Lost Pokemon. You can see him at Dr. Lava YT. Check him out. I promise you, if you're interested in the whole monster taming thing, specifically with Pokemon, he'll cover a lot of fun stuff that you can see, which actually he covers a detail that Pikachu had a third evolution. Well, I guess there's Pichu now, right? Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu, but Raichu was initially supposed to evolve into like a beefy red-looking mouse, so he's pretty wild, but he's got images of it. Anyway, Bittybolt reminded me of a lost Pokemon known as Kotora. It was an electric tiger as well that was initially meant to be released with the first generation of Pokemon games, but then it was scrapped. Then it was allegedly supposed to come into Gen 2, scrapped again. He's got images of it. I'll show those here in the video too, so you can take a look. Here we go. So here are some of the images that you can see of what Kotora looks like in its evolutions. Basically a cute little tiger, a little like lightning bolt on its chest, and then a mid-tier evolution that's like a little bit beefier, and then a big chunky version of its final evolution as well. But these are just some tweets that I'm reading directly from Dr. Lava, and I'll read what he says because I think this is kind of interesting. Lost Pokemon of the Day, Kotora family. These electric tigers were created during Gen 1's development, but ended up getting cut. A few years later, they were planned in Gen 2, but sadly got cut again. Kotora and its evolution, Raitora, were first revealed when Gold and Silver's 1997 demo leaked in 2018. Both pure electric types, Kotora translate to Baby Tiger, and Raitora translate to Thunder Tiger. In Gold and Silver's 97 demo, Kotora evolved into Raitora at level 35. Gold and Silver's 97 demo only included Kotora and Raitora, but a third Kotora stage later surfaced as well when leaked Gen 1 beta assets were published by Helix Chamber in 2019. His back sprites and evolution data were leaked, but his name and front sprite were not, unfortunately. So they don't know what the final evolution stage of that was. As a result, little is known about this third stage. The artwork used in this thread is speculative. It's based on his back sprite and the appearance of his pre-evolutions. Hopefully someday more information will be revealed, or they'll be included in an actual game. Now, here's the other thing about Bittybolt and why I feel this is there's a similarity here, not just between being an electric Pokemon at level 25 that evolves only once, like Pikachu evolves only once, not counting Pichu into Pikachu, but Bittybolt is also a Coromon that was designed by a fan. So apparently during the development of Coromon, a fan had designed Bittybolt and submitted it and won a competition and got their Coromon introduced in the game, which I thought was really cool. So there's actually a Reddit post that I'm looking at right now for r/Coromon the game, and the title of that is New Coromon Revealed, Bittybolt is not Kotora, and this was 6 months ago, so you can tell how fresh this game was. This game came out, I think, right at the end of May somewhere or whatever. It definitely looks super duper similar for sure, but it's different enough to where I don't think that Game Freak or Nintendo could ever do any sort of copyright. I mean, you know, I think Nintendo and Game Freak are both maybe specific specifically Nintendo, is notorious for copyright takedowns and all that stuff. But this one, I think, is pretty fair. There's a lot of differences here, but there was enough at least to where, for me, I was like, wow, there's a lot of similarities here. And I've been a big fan of Kotora for a long time, because I've followed Dr. Lava for a long time. So his leaked Pokemon designs, I'm like, damn, those are always super rad. I wish they would release a lot of these, and they never do, obviously. But the Kotora one having a similarity between Bittybolt really made me happy, because he was like one of my favorite unreleased lines of Pokemon. And Bittybolt is, I would say, actually cooler looking. So I was going to say the next best thing, but it's actually like the next better thing. So Bittybolt, I haven't seen what a potent or a perfect one looks like. Obviously, this one is yellow in its design, but you do have the ability to kind of farm around in here if you want to find something a little bit more potent. I have a potent Slitherpin, a potent Armado. I ran into a potent Silquill, which was like a blue shade, but it was when I had the setting turned on where I can't catch duplicates, and so I got screwed, and I couldn't catch it. But I ran into another one, which means, like, okay, they're probably not that uncommon. But here's the thing, and again, if you wanted to catch Bittybolt, and that's literally all you wanted, you're done. You don't have to keep watching the video. I'm just, trying to add a little bit more meat to this content here. But I donated to the Coromon developers as an early backer, and I got a whole bunch of good stuff, including an item that allowed me to upgrade my standard starter into a perfect one, which, by the way, you can do like the resets before you collect your starter to see whether or not it's a standard, potent, or perfect. There's videos out there online that I've seen people do it, so you can definitely do that. But one of the other items that I found that I thought was really cool was this here. The Potent Scent attracts Coromon with higher potential for 6 minutes. So we're going to use this, and I'm going to walk around and we're going to see if we can find a Potent Bittybolt. We might run into other Potents in here, in which case we'll catch them as well. Now, I haven't ran into any situation yet where a Potent ran away from me. I've ran away from Coromon, but no Coromon have ran away from me. I keep thinking to myself as I'm talking, like, if I said Pokemon by accident when I'm talking about Coromon. Okay, so perfect. So here's a Potent Silquill. We're going to catch this one, but we're after a Potent Bittybolt. Okay, so we're going to go to items. I'm going to go ahead and just use a silver spinner. Also, one of the backer rewards that I got was a platinum spinner, actually 20 of them, which is, I think, like the equivalent of a Master Ball. So I don't plan on using that on a Potent Bittybolt. If it's a perfect one, yeah, you can bet that I'm certainly going to use one there. But I think those are probably best saved for, like, the legendaries. But ideally, I want my team to be potent or better. Standard ones just don't really do it for me. Some of the color palettes actually look better as a standard design. Okay, I get it. So I can't catch him just yet because he's not taking any damage. We're going to switch over, actually. So Emboval, as you know, is a fire-type Coromon, and he was a red in color. But when you use the perfect one, it jumps from red to green. The middle tier, which would have been a potent version, I don't actually know what it looks like. I don't know what color that is. Now, I sort of attribute the perfect version of Coromon to being sort of shiny. I think the rarity is around that as well. The only thing that bums me out about these is the perfect ones, at least, when you send them out, they don't sparkle in any way. So they don't have that sort of shimmer or kind of glittery sparkle to it that you see with shiny Pokemon. But nonetheless, they're still really rad to have. I haven't ran into any perfects in the wild because the chances are 1 in like quite a few thousand, actually. I think like 4,000. They're definitely shiny rates for sure. Okay, so we're at 4 right now. Now, the fact that these only last for 6 minutes rather, tells me that it's likely that we're going to run into a lot of potent Coromon in that 6 minutes. Now, I had wanted Silquill for sure, because I missed one, and I definitely want to get that, but Bittybolt is the one that we're after. So my goal in this video was to describe to you how you can get Bittybolt of your own. We're going to replace a squad member. But also, now that we've gotten that, if it's worked, I've shown you exactly where you can go. I want to see if I can get a potent one myself. So if we run out of the potent... Nice, got some XP. If we run out of the potent potion, whatever the heck that thing is called, we'll go ahead and use another one. I really want to see what a potent Bittybolt looks like. That might have... No, I don't think that was quite 6 minutes, but I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping track. I wonder... So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go into my inventory. I'm going to take a look and see if I can use another one of these potent potion things, whatever, potent scent. Potent Stat is already active. Do you still want to use it? No. There's no on-screen timer that I can see. Did I miss it? Is there something? Oh, there is in the top right corner. Okay. You can't see it because my camera's covering it up, but there is a Potent Scent icon indicating that it is running. Hey, we finally got it. All right, so real quick, we got a level 8 Bittybolt, a potent one. So here's the deal. This took me about 78 encounters. Of these 78 encounters, I only ran into, I think, 9 potent Coromon, including this one. And I think I only saw... Yeah, I think we saw 8 Bittybolt total in that. So you do the math, but that's how long it took. Okay, so we're going to go to the squad, and I'm going to see about using a Coromon that's going to do very little damage. We'll start with Slitherpin first, and then see if we can... So he's got an orange tint to it. I didn't notice at first that he was a potent one, but we finally got one. Absolutely great. Cute pose. I wonder, you know what? I kind of want to just throw... I'm going to throw these spinners first, just in case, because I'm still learning about how attacks work and everything. There's a chance we might knock it out, and I certainly don't want to do that. So we're going to throw this. Hey, we got it. Okay, cool. We didn't have to do any damage. Yeah, let's check out a summary. Why not? Okay, so we got a potent one. Let's see, 24 HP, 15 speed, 12 attack, defense, special attack. Okay, standard stuff. Potent electric, rarity, uncommon. Yeah. Took a long time running into this one, but we finally got that. Q-pose, chomp. Okay, sweet. So we're going to keep this one. Replace a squad member. And then we're going to go ahead and put the potent one in there. And I think now our team is all completely potent. So we're going to spend some time with Bittybolt to level him up. Let's see. Your defense is terrible. We're going to move you up to 10, and then we're going to put the rest in speed. I want my team to be fast. Excellent. Okay, so level 6. Good work, Slitherpin. You did absolutely nothing. Very happy. Okay, Emma Ball grew to level 21. And then we have our Bittybolt. I'm going to put Bittybolt at front, and he is going to be the one that we use, switch you the most, and we're going to grind him out a little bit. We're going to put him here, and then we're going to go ahead and switch out. Absolutely spectacular. I'm so happy that we finally got this thing. Took a really long time, totally worth it. All the Bittybolts, like I said, ran into in this particular patch of grass. I mentioned as well that doesn't necessarily mean that Bittybolt is only available in this specific patch of grass within Woodlow Forest. This is also not the only place that Bittybolt can be captured. There is a place in the later game where you can also find Bittybolt, but this is the earliest spot, and he's also very, very rare. So for me, I think on average, most encounters with Bittybolt were about 1 in 5. It didn't always come out to be that way. Sometimes there were a few more Coromon in between, but I think up until maybe about 40 encounters, I saw him every 5 encounters. No less, sometimes more, but almost every single 5. So we're going to go and save it as well, because I want to make sure that I don't run into a situation where I lose that. Excellent. Whole team is potent. I ran into a handful of potent across the board. I saw multiple Swarmy, Slitherpin, Armado, Silkquill, and only this one Bittybolt, but we got him. Very excited about that. I know this video was a little bit longer for a, hey, this is where you can catch your Coromon type of explanation, but I had a lot of information that I wanted to share with you, and hopefully you got something out of it. I showed you where you can catch Bittybolt. I showed you a little bit about some of the potent Coromon we can run into. I actually got a potent Bittybolt as well. We talked about some of the lost Pokemon designs, of which some people think Bittybolt is based on. I don't know if I can necessarily say for sure if that was the intent, but Kotora, the electric tiger that was scrapped for Pokemon Gens 1 and 2, maybe there was some inspiration there, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, we never got Kotora, and we got Bittybolt, and Bittybolt is phenomenal. I hope you enjoyed everything that we discussed in this video, though. Be sure to give Dr. Lava a follow on Twitter. His link is in the description box below. He has a YouTube as well, which is fantastic, so take a look at that. Really big fan of his and his work. But yeah, that is a wrap on this episode of our playthrough of Coromon. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any feedback for me, leave it in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, I hope to see you when we continue our playthrough of Coromon right here on the Marcanine channel. Alright guys, that's it for me. Take care, be well. See you next time.